Hello everybody and welcome back to a brand new episode of our NASCAR Heat 5 career mode. I hope you're all having a great day. Today we take on Gateway after Kyle Busch becomes the 14th different winner of the season, the 13th winner in the playoffs, and off of his win, of course changing the playoff grid even further, we had the expected retirement news from the Trackhouse driver of Shane Van Gisbergen, who would announce his departure following this season. SVG will be stepping down from his drive in the 97 at Trackhouse. Shane Van Gisbergen will be stepping out of NASCAR entirely as he plans to go back to supercars in Australia and New Zealand to run a season or two before he finally hangs up the helmet. Of course, in this timeline, he's about 40 years old. Makes a lot of sense for him to depart the Cup Series at this point now. And Shane Van Gisbergen, I mean, he of course won some road course races, but he did something that no outsider of the series was able to do. He was able to win on an oval as well. SVG had a spectacular resume for, of course, coming in as an outsider into this NASCAR Cup Series. We, of course, thought there would maybe be some news from Kyle Busch, but nothing to report this weekend, as of course in the playoff grid, Kyle Larson, of course, out for the rest of this regular season at least, likely won't make the playoffs, but Chase Elliott and Carson Hocevar, I mean, they find themselves currently in, but Ryan Blaney's not far out, and of course with Kyle Busch winning, it changes the cut line and it gives Ryan Blaney more life. Chase Briscoe, of course, is in the conversation as well. Part-time in the field this weekend, by the way, Derek Kraus, and we got the Juncos Hollinger team back in the grid. Of course, the Argentinian team with Stingray Robb behind the wheel as we kick off qualifying with a goal of a 33.417 now, as Chase Elliott's a big one to, I think, watch this weekend right now, as he is continuously having a late regular season downfall, and he just needs a solid day. He had a solid finish in Pocono, but that was because everything flipped upside down as we come through to finish qualifying with a 32.666, and that will put us P9 in the Illinois 300 here. So quite happy with that effort, because turn 1 and 2 actually completely missed the corner as Elliott qualifies P11, Hocevar P10. Those are the final two drivers in the playoffs on points. Ryan Blaney on pole. Christopher Bell joins them on the front row in front of Byron Van Gisbergen, Connor Zilic, your top 5. As you see the rest of the order as we scroll down, Joey Logano down in 20th. He's been showing some speed lately, even after rough qualifying efforts, so don't rule out that 22 here this weekend. Corey Day again down in 32nd, of course, thrown into this Cup ride. It's going to take him a few episodes to learn, but definitely expect some better results in the coming races for him as he continues to substitute for the injured Kyle Larson. Amazon Prime in Gateway, Andres Perez wins again over John Hunter Nemechek, Trackhouse's Chase Purdy, Brandon Jones, and Suarez, the rest of your top 5. Our driver, Trayton Lapsevich for Northern Lights Racing there in P18, as we continue to have a solid first year as an Amazon Prime Series owner. Now, it's time to focus in on some Cup Series racing. Will we see a new winner in Gateway and continue to change this playoff grid?
Here we go then, 5 races to go and another new winner with Kyle Busch last week. 3 spots remain in points, Steve.
This has turned into a remarkable season. It is very possible we see at least a new winner or two in these final 5 races.
Only 5 races remain in the regular season, and we have 3 spots right now up for grabs in the playoffs. And we continue to see new winners sneak into victory lane that could completely take out drivers that are in the top 10 in the regular standings, season standings, and put someone that's like a 22nd in points in the playoffs instead, as winning is the ultimate priority right now to be in the playoffs. The green flag is out. Ryan Blaney, one of those drivers wanting to get a win, of course, leads the way down into turn number 1. Can he pull it off here in Gateway? Certainly. He's thinking back on Dover, but other tracks as well where it all went wrong. Christopher Bell up there in the mix. I mean, Bell has been in position to win 2-3 races over the last 4 of them, and has had continuous tire failures that have completely ruined his day. He's looking to just have a tire failure free day here from Gateway. As you can see right there, that was Gibbs going 3 wide on SVG and his Trackhouse teammate of Connor Zilic, and now we're going to put them 3 wide as well not a good start for the pair of Trackhouse drivers on the run into turn 1. Only 15 laps here in stage 1, but Ty Gibbs, another driver that we talked about having to win. No one expected, your season 3 champion and round of 8 only missing the final 4 by 1 point last season to be in this position where he has to win to make the playoffs. But here we are. Gibbs, unless he wants to make the playoffs on points, he's got to gain about 100 of them, which with 5 races is not impossible, but it's extremely unlikely. So he is showing up right off the bat, trying to get into the mix with 13 to go in this opening stage. And of course, Christopher Bell and myself continue to fight for this regular season championship, but Gibbs kind of fading a little bit in these opening moments, and I'm starting to bring the fight to this Monster Energy 54, former teammate, of course, of mine. Christopher Bell would easily be leading the regular season championship right now if it wasn't for what the tire failures he's had over the last few races, 2 of them, and he has given up so many points because of that, and that's of course gone in favor to myself, as we haven't quite had those issues, and as Gibbs would actually get clear on the exit of turn 2. And I kind of started to struggle a little bit here early on, just lacking kind of balance and a bit of confidence in this car, and Chase Elliott was starting to fill up my rear view mirror. So I saw him coming. Here goes Gibbs to the inside of Bell now, and he's trying to complete the pass, but you can see Blaney's driving away, but the 24 of William Byron and that Celsius Cadillac running second, he is clearly off the pace, but he is holding back everybody. Everyone's struggling to actually pass this 24 with less than 10 to go on the stage. And now here comes Chase Elliott up my inside. I didn't really make it hard on him. I saw how quickly he was coming up in my mirror, and Elliott's going to go through on the inside. And we talked about it. We need to see Elliott step up because there is a serious chance Chase Elliott could miss the playoffs at this current rate. Of course, well inside the top 10 of the regular season standings. Points are not an issue. It's the win that is a problem, as Tyler Reddick would be the next one to run me down and pass me. 45 looking strong tonight, the one-time winner this season from Texas, trying to make it 2 here. He was looking great in Pocono in the late stages until that caution came out that flipped this race upside down, allowing Kyle Busch to get the win. We continue to spend the next few laps struggling, and Ross Chastain was now running us down. All of Trackhouse was lined up behind me. Chastain, Zilich, Busch, as well as Shane Van Gisbergen. Now was Chastain would actually pass me, and I don't know what happened, but as soon as this one car got past me, I just kind of seemed to find what I needed in this car and the confidence again, and I started to actually rally back a little bit here. So only 4 laps to go on the stage, and William Byron is still backing up everybody, and there's cars that are probably quicker than the 23 right now stuck behind the 24. I would imagine the 20, the 45, the 54, the 9 are probably all faster, and they just can't get by. 3 to go, and now here we are bringing the fight back to that Clover Honda Civic of Chastain into turn 1. Can we complete the pass? Yes, we can. Chastain, of course, 1 win this season as well at Mid-Ohio. 3 drivers this season with more than 1 win. Myself, Bell at 3, Logano at 2. As we exit turn 2 with 2 to go, Kyle Busch had gotten past Chastain, and now looking up my inside, and has that 99 team found some new speed, as they are now, of course, putting 3 Trackhouse cars in the playoffs, and that's a bit of a surprise because Trackhouse has certainly been off this season, but look at this. We have run down this pack of cars right at the end of the stage. We have clearly found some speed that will carry over hopefully into stage 2, as the white flag of stage 1 is in the air, and Ryan Blaney is in cruise control for the stage win. The perfect start to a race for him. Byron continues to block everybody, including Bell, as well as Gibbs, Reddick, and his Hendrick teammate of Chase Elliott. Now down this back straightaway, not really anywhere for us to go. We're going to settle in behind this 45. Actually, a little bit of a slide here through the center of the corner into the back of the 45. We'll slide up the racetrack on the exit, but Ryan Blaney wins stage 1. Will drag race with the 99 to the line, and will barely hold off Kyle Busch, the 2-time champ, trying to make it 3. Just didn't quite have enough there. P7 in stage number 1. Pretty happy with that, and I'm feeling a lot more confident at the end of stage 1 than I was in the first about 10 laps. So going into stage 2, I've got some good confidence there, as you can see. How about Stingray Robb into 21st, Corey Day 24th, already running better than what he did in Pocono. That's the big thing there for Corey Day. Experience and improvement as quick as possible behind the wheel of that number 5. Now, Corey Day wasn't on the radar for a Cup ride next season, but whatever he does in this 5 car could completely change that as we gain 2 spots, overtaking Reddick and Elliott in the pits. Byron drops to 3rd behind Christopher Bell. Stage 2 underway here from Gateway. Gibbs on the outside of that Celsius number 24. Ryan Blaney's going to have to hold on for the double the length of stage 1. 30 laps instead of 15 here as we dive down into turn 1. That 24 was holding up a lot of cars there as we have a really slow launch through 1 and 2 and actually into the door of that Monster Energy beast machine of Tyler Reddick on the exit of 2. Down this back straightaway we continue side by side into turn 3, trying to keep him back now and at bay. And now Christopher Bell still alongside this 24 through 3 and 4. We get alongside Ty Gibbs, and Bell of course trying to get clear and go run down the leader of Ryan Blaney. And there he goes, clear into turn 1. Byron struggling for speed, and I feel like we're going to really see him start to fade here in stage 2. Stage 1, a bit of a fluke, I think that was, for him holding on as we chomp the nose on the 45 a little bit there, washing up alongside that 54 as we continue to lean on Ty Gibbs down this back straightaway and down into turn 3. Hopefully we can try to get this position, but we know we're going to also have to navigate around this number 24 Celsius Cadillac for Hendrick Motorsports. Momentarily, your Road America winner continues to hold on to 3rd. Gibbs gets clear with that momentum on the outside. That 54 is strong. He would pass Byron, and then I would get up the inside of the 24, and we're going to pass that 24 of Byron as well as we exit turn 2 up to P4. Not a bad night we're having here at all, as Chase Elliott would follow through into P5, and we already talked about he needed a good night, and here he is stepping up as we hit lap 8 of this second stage. And Christopher Bell has taken the lead from Ryan Blaney. Bell to the point now as he continues to try and reel me in for this regular season championship lead that's poised to go down right to the end. Elliott's closing in on me, not so much anymore. He's actually fading. That 9 car just blew up. Elliott's blown an engine down the front straightaway. Smoke pouring out of the back. It's going to be night over. Chase Elliott's done for. No caution. We stay green, and Elliott again is going to have a DNF. And another issue in this late regular season downfall for that Napa Auto Parts team. They find themselves on the cusp of potential playoff elimination in dramatic fashion, where we could see 2 Final 4 drivers from last season out of the playoffs this season. What a change of events now. Chase Elliott, of course, still has 4 regular season races to go, and he is just praying right now we do not see a new winner. And right now, he is okay, but his problem is Ty Gibbs is up to 2nd, and he's pressuring Christopher Bell for the lead of this race as Blaney's dropped to 3rd, and now we've kind of just been holding our own in 4th. Now we've hit the halfway point of stage 2. This is the same length of stage 1, and you just have to wonder how things are going to play out. Hendrick Motorsports did not see, probably the last 2 to 3 races developing the way they have, but that's just the craziest thing about this sport. Everything can change in just a matter of seconds. Now, approaching lap 18 here of the stage, and we're getting closer to pit stops, and we are likely going to be coming in within the next about 6-7 laps. You can go about 24-25 laps on field. The right rear tire, of course, how you manage that could kind of dictate how close you get to that number, but we start to work our way into lap traffic, and Christopher Bell was getting through lap traffic better than everybody around him. I mean, Gibbs actually started to lose time to the 20 car and was kind of backing up to Ryan Blaney a little bit. So Christopher Bell, probably the best car here tonight. I felt like Chase Elliott was one of the best as well. He was running us down. Elliott was going to get to us within another lap, maybe even another corner, before his engine blew out, as my right rear is down to 13%. So we need to look at pitting within the next 1 to 2 laps, as we're right into the back of the 26 there of Nick Sanchez. As we exit turn 4, you can see continuing to slide around a little bit now, but we can go a little bit longer on field. 4 laps of field, it doesn't matter. Caution is out, and we hit the back of Sanchez after the caution. We already know what that means. We're not going to be able to launch on the restart. Fortunately, it's a really quick run into turn 1 in a braking zone, so it's not going to hurt us that much compared to other tracks, but we will make a slight wedge adjustment from 50.3. I was thinking about going down to a 50.2 just to loosen this car up just a tad bit because I was kind of lacking. Reason for the caution. The 31 of Brent Cruz blows a tire into turn 3. There you see it there. Yellow comes out, and we gain a spot in the pits. Ryan Blaney loses 2. Gibbs overtakes Bell as well. Into the lead goes the 54 Monster Energy Machine. Ty Gibbs, who comes in about 100 points below the cut line, looking at winning the stage and winning the race as well, as we do not take off very well. Ryan Blaney had to check up, and now we're going to be 3 wide. 2 rows deep. Myself, Bush, Reddick, Logano, Blaney, Caruth behind that 48 into the top 10, and here comes Logano. I said don't rule out that 22. They have found some speed in recent races, and they are showing up again here in Gateway, as we are alongside your Pocono winner of Kyle Busch, and that Tootsie's Honda for Trackhouse Racing. Clear on the exit of turn 4 of Kyle Busch. Into 4th place we go. Reddick holds 3rd. Gibbs holds the lead over Christopher Bell with 4 laps to go, and as we approach 3 to go, was able to shove the nose to the inside of this 45 as we roll through 3. Out of turn 4, can we move up to this 3rd position? We would continue to fight side by side with Reddick here into turn 1, lap 28 of 30, and Reddick is not going to give this one up easily as we exit turn 2. Bit of contact there with that 45. We continue eventually into turn 3, nearly clear, couldn't quite pull it off, but we get hard on the throttle, still can't get clear of Tyler Reddick, and here comes Joey Logano into the mix now. Reddick clears me. Logano looks to my right rear into turn number 1 with 2 to go in the stage. Gibbs continues to defend over that 20 Ream Toyota Camry of Christopher Bell, and now Joey Logano looks to pass us as well as we approach the final lap of the stage. Bell gets past the 54. He got to the inside, takes the lead on the final lap of the stage. Joey Logano is going to get us as well into turn 1 clear. That 22 is marching his way forward in the closing moments of the stage. Reddick to the inside of the 54, trying to take 2nd as well as we drop to 5th on this final lap of stage number 2 down the back straightaway. Kyle Busch just behind in P6 now. Into turn 3 we go for the final time. Reddick gets through on Gibbs for 2nd, who drops to 3rd, is in that 54. Christopher Bell, however, out of turn 4 down the front straightaway, wins stage 2, closes in against myself even further on this regular season championship battle, as it's going to be Caruth in 10th, rounding out the stage points just behind Zillich and Chastain. Jesse Love actually showing up for the first time in quite a while now in P11. We know, of course, he's headed to Joe Gibbs Racing next season, as we continue to wait, of course, for confirmation who he will be replacing, but we all pretty well know it's going to be Chandler Smith, one of the worst kept rumors probably of the season so far. Now I actually finally made that adjustment to go from 50.3 to 50.2. I ended up not making it on that last pit stop. Brent Cruz, who brought out the caution there to put us in that late stage restart, is now your leader. Bubba Wallace had some engine issues, I think, on the final lap of the stage. He's done for the night, but Brent Cruz now leads the way. Stayed out at the end of the stage. He is going to be an obstacle. We're back racing for the 3rd and final stage here from Gateway. Just over 30 laps to go, and now we're right behind that 45 of Tyler Reddick. We chop the nose on the 22, wanting to get up to the outside here for this restart, so we can just kind of follow Ty Gibbs around the outside is kind of the objective here. Into turn 3 is actually get nearly into the back of the 54, and we kind of screw up him and ourselves here as we exit the corner. Did not want to go 3 wide to the outside, hitting the outside wall. Through goes Blaney, Bush, as well as Caruth in the 48. Not what I was trying to do, and that hurt myself, and it hurt Gibbs, and actually getting to the back of the 48. Now he slides. We've kind of just committed just chaos here in these opening moments of stage 3. Not again what I was wanting to do to the 48. A little bump and run, got a little bit aggressive, and now we'll see if Caruth can rebound, but eventually we settle in and get to the inside of the 31, and now we'll be able to pass him easily into turn 3. How about Christopher Bell there, back in front over Reddick, Kyle Busch in 3rd, Blaney 4th, myself 5th, but maybe not for long. Here comes Ty Gibbs, and I'm not going to make life too difficult on this 54 because obviously I wasn't trying to force him into that position that he was in on that restart, so I'm definitely not going to make life too easy or too hard, right now on that 54. So he gets clear, we drop to P6, and we continue to try and just maintain. And fortunately for myself, we had enough pace to stick with Ty Gibbs in these opening moments after getting overtaken by him. So now under 30 to go, 27 to be exact. Of course, we will need to pit before this race is over, so that's something to kind of pay attention to before this race comes to an end. We do have a series of green flag pit stops potentially on the way. We've had a lot of green flag racing in this race. It's been a nice change of scenery as Ryan Blaney has passed Kyle Busch for third, but now after passing the 99, the 23 has not driven away whatsoever. So actually myself and Gibbs are running them down a little bit as Bell continues to lead over the 45 of Tyler Reddick, who continues to just stalk that back bumper of that Ream number 20. So don't rule out Tyler Reddick here tonight, but Christopher Bell, I think, is in fair control of this race, and Christopher Bell could be sitting on what, probably 5 wins right now if he didn't have a couple tire failures in the last few races. It's been a very frustrating few races for Christopher Bell, who's had so much speed. And of course, your defending champ continues to just be firing on all cylinders, but it's been tire failures that have been, of course, impacting his races in the last couple of episodes that have taken him out of opportunities to win in what has been clearly race-winning speed. And as we continue to try and run down Kyle Busch and Ryan Blaney, you can see Bell continues to bring that race-winning speed again here to Gateway. But obviously Tyler Reddick is right there with them. Now they are coming up on some lap traffic, and I think this is where you're going to see Christopher Bell break away, because he is definitely the best car through lap traffic tonight from Gateway. So Reddick will just be trying his hardest to hold on with that number 20, who goes around, blows a tire. Bell loses a lead and crashes again with a blown tire, and it's going to be night over for the number 20. Can you believe it? That's potentially 3 wins in the last, 4 or 5 races taken away from Christopher Bell due to a blown tire. Oh my goodness, again, we've been given a huge favor in terms of the regular season title battle. We take 2 tires. We only need 1 can of fuel to make it to the end of this race, so 2 tires I thought originally would be the right call. I was proven very quickly it was not the right call. Everyone takes 4. I knew right then our race was over. I just completely fumbled the ball there. I mean, sometimes, the most of the times you make these strategy calls, they end up being right, and you end up getting this odd one every once in a while where it's just an oddly timed caution where it's like, okay, usually when the AI only need 1 can of fuel to make it, they usually take 2 tires. This time they took 4. Tyler Reddick breezes around the outside. Now the favorite to win this race, since Christopher Bell is out, and I already know we are going to be probably tumbling down the order to about 10th, 11th, 12th, and then hopefully we can kind of hang on from there. But I put myself in this position. We didn't have a car, of course, capable of winning this race, but we had a top 5 car that I probably just threw away, and we'll be lucky to hang on to the top 10 in these final 10 laps that are now underway. We slide way up the track. We'll be 3 wide. Kyle Busch looking to the inside as we exit turn 2. He can't quite make it happen. Logano goes back through into P5. He has struggled to go forward in this final stage. How about Connor Zilic as well into the mix now, looking to my back bumper as we roll through 3 and 4. Reddick trying to hold off Ryan Blaney. Reddick's already locked into the playoffs. We continue to slide and struggle up the racetrack. Zilic through on the inside. He's going to bring Busch with him, but looking at the battle for the win with 9 laps to go. Reddick's locked in, but second and third directly behind him outside of the playoffs currently. Blaney only, of course, about 40 or so points out coming into this race, and he has certainly gained some points tonight. But Ty Gibbs, is in a must-win scenario very easily, so he needs to get on with it. This could be maybe his only chance in these final 5 races of the regular season to win his way in. Van Gisbergen goes through into P9. Chastain through into P10. SVG just announced this weekend he will be stepping away from full-time NASCAR racing. Don't be surprised if you see him still show up for some road courses next season, maybe for like a colleague or something. It's definitely not the last time we'll see SVG after this season, as Tyler Reddick continues to lead, and we would finally settle in P11. I believe this is where we finished last episode in Pocono, and it looks like we're poised to do so again. Host of our P10, he is Tyler Reddick's biggest fan right now. He's the last driver in the playoffs on points. He is hoping we don't see a new winner as we roll through 3 and 4. And now as we come up on these final few laps, 3 laps to go, well, we see a caution as Kyle Busch has gotten past the 48 of Caruth, and up ahead, SVG passing Connor Zilic. All of Trackhouse here in the top 9 as we approach 2 laps to go. William Byron to my inside. Reddick continues to lead by about 4 to 5 car lengths, so he is in a safe position as Byron in his Celsius 24 is to my inside as we roll through 1 and 2. Now down this backstretch, needing every point we can get. We are in a tight battle with Christopher Bell for the regular season championship. Bell, of course, just once again gave up a bunch of points. He's probably given up 50 to 60 points with his issues that he's had over the last few races. As we continue to roll through 3 and 4, white flag in the air for Tyler Reddick. What a season it's been for the driver that's already confirmed to be leaving. 23-11. No one expected that. We still, of course, wonder where he might be headed for next season, as he maybe well could be poised to go to Trackhouse there as we get physical with the 24. Cross him over now, looking for P11. That 1 point could be all the difference when we get to the regular season finale in Daytona. In a few episodes' time, we'll get back up the inside and past the 24. Tyler Reddick, win number 2 on the season. He holds off Ty Gibbs and Ryan Blaney as they will have to fight another race to try and make the playoffs now, as we'll come through to cross the line for an 11th place finish. What a race here in Gateway. Reddick gets the job done. It's a Toyota all top 3, then it's Honda and Ford in your top 5, as SVG, Connor Zilic, hosts of our round out the top 10. How about Stingray Rob in 14th for the new team from Argentina, Hunkos Hollinger racing there. Great race from there, as you see the rest of your finishing order at the bottom. 2 big names. Of course, Chase Briscoe as well ran terrible today. For a bubble driver to have that bad of a day is just not good, and puts himself pretty well in a must-win scenario. No RFK cars currently in the playoffs, as we now lead the regular season by nearly 30 points on Christopher Bell with 4 races to go. It is going to be a tight one now, and we'll of course take a look at the playoff grid, which continues to get spicy. And of course, Kyle Larson replaced by Corey Day. Kyle Larson's actual point number is at currently 619, so ignore the 646 from Day. Larson, because of injury, of course, is not getting any points with Day in the car. He's at 619, so he's still in the playoffs with 4 races to go. And then Elliott and Hocevar are the next 2. Blaney with a nice night here with a 3rd place effort, 22 points out. Gibbs 83, SVG 109, Briscoe 65. Some serious work to be done, but Blaney is a serious threat to outpoint Hocevar, who goes into Indianapolis, of course, the track where he got his first career win at with Andretti Global a few seasons ago. What can he do this time around as we look for another crown jewel win in the next episode at the Brickyard 400? I'll see you guys then. Thank you for watching. Have a great day.